What if the biggest advantage that wealthy and successful people have is not money, connections, or even intelligence, but something much simpler that everyone already possesses? Time? The difference is not in how much time they have, because every single person on this planet is given the same 24 hours in a day. The real difference lies in how that time is perceived, valued, and ultimately used. Most people move through life without consciously thinking about time. They wake up, follow routines, complete tasks, and allow the day to pass. Time feels like something that is always there, something that will continue endlessly. But the ultra-rich do not think this way. For them, time is not just a part of life, it is one of the most valuable forms of capital they have. In many ways, they value time even more than money. Yeah, because money can be regained, but time, once gone, is permanently lost. The core difference in thinking about time. For the average person, time is something to spend. It is used for work, entertainment, rest, and daily responsibilities without much evaluation of its true impact. People often say they are passing time or killing time, which shows how casually it is treated. There is rarely a conscious effort to measure whether that time is creating value or simply disappearing. In contrast, the ultra-rich approach time with the mindset of an investor. Just as an investor carefully decides where to allocate money for the highest return, wealthy individuals constantly evaluate where to invest their time. They do not see hours as empty units. They see them as opportunities that can either generate value or be lost forever. This mindset forces a higher level of awareness. Every major decision is filtered through the question of value. Whether it is attending a meeting, starting a project, or even engaging in a conversation, the underlying thought remains the same. Is this worth my time? Time as a form of capital. To fully understand this concept, it is important to recognize what capital actually means. Capital is something that can be invested today to generate returns in the future. Traditionally, this refers to money. But the ultra-rich expand this definition to include time. When time is treated as capital, it is no longer acceptable to use it without purpose. Instead, it must be directed toward activities that can produce long-term benefits. This includes building skills, creating systems, making strategic decisions, and developing assets that continue to provide value over time. For example, spending hours learning a high-income skill may not produce immediate results, but it creates the foundation for future earnings. Similarly, investing time in building a business or a scalable system may require effort up front, but it can generate ongoing returns without continuous input. This is fundamentally different from simply working for a paycheck, where time is exchanged for money in a linear and limited way. Why most people remain stuck. The majority of people remain financially limited because they are operating within a system that directly ties income to time. They work a certain number of hours and are paid accordingly. While this provides stability, it also creates a ceiling. Since time is finite, income becomes limited as well. In addition, many people focus on staying busy rather than being productive. They fill their schedules with tasks, responsibilities, and distractions without evaluating whether those activities are actually moving them forward. As a result, they may feel exhausted at the end of the day, but still see little progress in their financial or personal growth. The ultra-rich recognize this pattern and actively avoid it. Instead of asking how they can do more work, They ask how they can create more impact with less time. This shift from effort to effectiveness is what allows them to achieve significantly greater results. The role of leverage in multiplying time. One of the most important strategies used by the ultra-rich is leverage. Leverage allows them to extend the value of their time beyond personal effort. It enables 1 hour of work to produce results that would normally require many hours or even multiple people. Leverage can take different forms. It can involve hiring people to handle tasks, using technology to automate processes, or building systems that operate independently. For example, a business owner may spend a few hours making decisions that guide an entire organization, affecting hundreds or thousands of outcomes. Similarly, digital products, content, or investments can continue to generate income long after the initial time investment has been made. This is how time transitions from being limited to being scalable. Instead of being constrained by personal capacity, it becomes something that can grow and expand. Buying back time as a strategy. Another key principle is the idea of buying back time. Yep, the ultra-rich understand that not all activities are equal in value. Some tasks require their attention, while others do not. By delegating or outsourcing lower-value work, they free up time to focus on high-impact decisions. This approach may seem counterintuitive at first, especially to those who are used to doing everything themselves. However, it becomes logical when time is viewed as capital. If an hour of your time can generate more value than the cost of outsourcing a task, then doing that task yourself is actually inefficient. By consistently applying this principle, the ultra-rich are able to focus on activities that drive growth, innovation, and long-term success. Discipline and intentional living. Treating time as capital requires discipline and intentionality. It means being aware of how time is spent and making conscious decisions about priorities, distractions, unnecessary commitments, and low-value activities must be minimized. This does not mean eliminating rest or enjoyment, but rather being deliberate about it. Even relaxation is chosen intentionally, rather than becoming a default response to boredom or habit. The ultra-rich structure their days in a way that aligns with their goals. They plan ahead, set clear priorities, and focus on completing tasks that have the greatest impact. Over time, this consistent approach leads to significant results. At the end of the day, time is the only resource that is completely equal for everyone. Yet it produces completely different outcomes depending on how it is used. Money can be earned, lost, and earned again. Our opportunities may come and go, but time, once it passes, is gone permanently. The ultra-rich understand this deeply, and that is why they treat time not as something to spend, but as something to invest. This mindset allows them to build wealth, create freedom, and design their lives with intention. If you found this video valuable and it changed the way you think about your time even slightly, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more practical and powerful insights like this. Because the more you understand how to manage your time, the closer you get to building the future you truly want. Your journey does not start tomorrow. It starts with how you choose to use your time today.